Hey friends, welcome back. Today we're going to do Book of Shadows, issue number 2 by Valiant Comics, made by Cullen Bunn. He is one of my, well, I say the word favorite a lot, but I like his writing style a lot. And then we have, let me try, Vicente Cifuentes, probably said that wrong, Nick Filardi and Dave Sharp. So if you want to know who all these people are, I mean, not the writers and the creators, but our heroes, here we are. Just pause the video and you can read it for yourself all quietly. Anyway, so our big bad baddie is called Fane or something like that. He's been resurrected and our supernatural mystical defenders are trying to stop him, but he is incredibly powerful. And I also believe he's some kind of a vampire or something, sorcerer, not entirely sure. And the art looks freaking fantastic, I must say. In my unboxing video, check that out and subscribe to my channel and all that jazz. I said that modern comics, when it comes to colors, you are mostly being bombarded with a lot of visual effects and a high, how do you say, it's when you turn on the lights, now ramp it up to 1,000, stuff like that. A lot of neon colors, very bright. I'm glad they are not doing this here. This color palette is really, muted, or if you compare it to the Marvel and DC comics. I like that. The colors are nice, not oversaturated in my opinion. I love a little bit more muted colors, but it's my personal preference. But art looks really cool. So they try to fend him off, but yeah, it seems that he's really hard to kill. So we have here, it's called Mambo. What's her name? Punk Mambo. I'm sorry. She's rushing into him, but because maybe she's British, maybe she's the. I believe she's a voodoo sorcerer, I guess. I don't know these characters, so forgive me. Anyway, she has the Ring of Solomon. It says it houses a pocket dimension. A prison where the bad things are banished. So she punches him in the face, while the other one's using their powers to hold him. But nothing happens. And she's wondering why that could be. So it seems the book is the cause of all this. It defends him, protects them, but also prevents him from being banished or whatever. Meanwhile, we have the Eternal Warrior try to kill him with a special sword called the Abysmal Sword. The sword can do a lot of things, but Fane or what's his name is, says that he cannot wield the sword properly because it's too much for him. We come back a little bit later to that. But then, like I said, our heroes, hurt him, try to kill him again or banish him. But then this is happening. So he uses the book to do this. I don't know, some kind of a black axe. And he's way, way, way too strong. And also he's summoning his pet army with, I don't know, werewolves with horns and bones and on their top of their heads. I mean, visually it looks cool. But then Dr. Mirage, is it Dr. Mirage? Let me double check. Sorry. Yes, Dr. Mirage. Again, I do not know these people very well. She says, we bit off more than we can chew with this fight. You can shove that, she says. We need to get clear. Shove it twice. So Shadowman says, we have to back off. I can take him. Maybe, but I can't take that chance. I have responsibilities. And then he looks to this woman, Persephone. So when I first read this, I thought, hey, dude, other people has responsibilities too. Just fulfill your duty and just, kick their asses. But on the other hand, if they are being overwhelmed, they could be killed too. So they're doing some kind of a strategic withdrawal. And leaving Fane and his dogs behind. So they go being teleported to, according to I want to say Dark Man, but that's not his name. Oh man, I'm so terrible. Shadowman. It's called the Shadow Cave. She says, seriously? No, it's some random hole in the ground. That made me chuckle a bit. So he says, Punk Mambo says, that guy just shook off the power of Ring of Solomon. Some of the nastiest demons and sorcerers in existence are trapped in this ring, but not him. Who the bloody hell is he? Exarch Fane. Oh, that's his name. Okay, sorry. Someone I killed long ago. Someone I should have killed. Okay, so it's flashback time with the Eternal Warriors, and he explains what happens when. I'm sorry. He explains what happens when he dies. Although he is the Eternal Warrior, he can die. What I didn't know is that when he dies, he goes to a place called the Veil. It's some kind of an endless realm full with, nasties and monstrosities. So if he wants to live again, he has to battle hordes of monsters and demons and nasties to get where he needs to go or needs to be, and then he's getting resurrected again. I like that. I didn't know that, because normally when you have immortal man like Resurrection Man or Vandal Savage, or other people who cannot die, what happens if they are being, being torn apart, eviscerated, buried, whatever, burned? Because some of these immortals can die, but then somehow the next time they are just here again, healthy, with no wounds at all. Here we can see the explanation what happens when he dies and how he needs to, how he needs to be resurrected again. What process does he need to go through? I like that a lot. I like it. I like that he is, battling demons, clawing his way to life, if you will. That's fantastic. So in this dimension, he fought the Necromancer, a student of dark mysteries, a would-be conqueror. I hate him straight away. So he defeated him, and so he thought he is done, but he should have finished the job. Also, I like the costume. I'm not a big fan of his normal, cloaky costume and battle scars. I like the battle scars, but, I like when people have an original costume or clothes or weaponry or ornaments on them or face masks, whatever. You know what I mean? Like this. So I would have liked that the Eternal Warrior just, wear that stuff. But again, that's nitpicking. It's just personal preference. So, so he says he's stronger than he was before. It's that book or axe or whatever, the Book of Shadows. He said he had some sort of offer for us, something I would be interested in. What was he talking about? Maybe he wanted you to join his world-destroying demigods club, yeah? And so Shadowman warns Punk Mambo because he has a beef with Persephone because of past events. And so Dr. Mirage is doing some kind of a, I don't know, she's going to the spirit world or whatever, and to do research about Exarch Fane. And but meanwhile, the werewolves are still doing some spells, or I don't know, they're creating change of ruins on the ground behind them. So I was wondering what that is. I haven't figured out the purpose of the runes yet. Nothing good. But they're feeding on souls to give them the power to pull it off. Fane said something about a pilgrimage. He's been preparing for something big, tattooing a spell into the skin of the earth, and human sacrifices providing the ink. So Mambo says, hey, where you going, Jack? He conjured dozens of more wolves. They be attacking other towns. Someone has to stand in their way. But then I like the response of the Eternal Warrior. He says, you said it was too risky when I wanted to slay Fane, and now you want to rush out by yourself into battle? He has a point there. But it seems that he doesn't want to go after Fane, but after these werewolves, because before they, do any harm to the human population. Anyway, so they're bickering here a little bit with each other. And I mean, look at the smile. And there's all these other minions. So Dr. Mirage comes back from the afterlife or whatever she is going. And she says, I found something. As we thought, the souls of the Exarch Fane's recent victims are nowhere to be found. There are others, though, older spirits, demonologists, insane astrologers, inhuman spirits. Difficult to get a straight answer out of them. But they knew about the Book of Shadows. They said it was created by ancient otherworldly beings. Some said it isn't a book at all. Somehow it found its way to Fane and gave him all his newfound power. The book's influence, the power comes at a terrible cost. It will burn him up and the book with him unless he keeps it fed. He's trying to give himself a reserve of energy so big he never needs to worry. The feast, the chain of ruins, it's all part of something awful. He is going to sacrifice the world. That's pretty cool. Then he says, hey, we need to split up. Shadowman, you and Mambo and Persephone, you're going to do everything you can to slow the wolves down. And she is going with the Eternal Warrior to go into the Veil. Interesting. So maybe his home castle, home world and found some answers there, probably. So Eternal Warrior says, the blade, the abysmal sword, can create gateways in time and space. I saw Exarch do it. Too much weapon for me, my ass. So that comes a little bit later here. So they are splitting up, and I like this effect here. Like I said, normally you just see a splash of light when it comes to modern comics. And with modern comics, I mean Marvel and DC. We see actually people draw something for a change. It's insane that I have to call out and point out people doing actually their fucking job. It's insane. So they are here in the Veil, and like I said, this is, I don't know, Dracula's castle, and it looks great. The atmosphere here is really good. So we see here a Vane, what's his name is, sending his minions forwards and wreak havoc and, feeding and turning, but he is speaking to someone, and he talks about, I'm not so certain in the mood for a read right now. So I thought to myself, what do you mean with that? Well, he's not alone. He has, I don't know, death with him, or whatever this creature's supposed to be, with runes on the chest and very long nails. And they are in cahoots with each other, I guess. So it seems that this world is not enough. He says, or it says, the galaxy, the universe, and the realm that lie beyond must also served up for the feast. And that leads us to the next issue that I'm going to pre-order. This is great. I like this a lot. And we're gonna end the book here for now because I have nothing to talk about that anymore. We have some ads here, Exo Minor War, some other issues, Bloodshot, etc. From Valiant. Valiant is not doing so good lately financially. Just like IDW, they are in bad weather when it comes to money. And that's a little bit of a shame, but also not, because I believe Heather Antos is at the helm or works at Valiant. So, and she's a nasty person. So, yeah, I really don't care. But on the other hand, there's a lot of other people who are working there as well. And this is a great book by good creators. I'm not sure. Well, I like the book. Let's leave it at that. So stay tuned for the next issues, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.